In the last episode, a link to which is shown above, we saw that Prophet Muhammad was unlettered, unable to read or write. Yet the book revealed through him, the Quran, became the supreme standard of Arabic eloquence. Historians and scholars admit, this is an extraordinary fact. How could an unlettered man bring forth a work of such linguistic beauty and power? Stay tuned, you'll hear surprising acknowledgements from Western scholars in their own words. For centuries, poets, linguists and scholars, Muslim and non-Muslim alike, have marveled at the Quran's extraordinary beauty of language. Even those who do not accept its divine origin have admitted, its eloquence is beyond comparison. Let us listen to their testimonies.
The style of the Quran is generally beautiful and fluent, especially where it imitates the prophetic manner and scripture phrases. It is concise, and often obscure, adorned with bold figures after the Eastern taste, enlivened with florid and sententious expressions, and in many places, especially where the majesty and attributes of God are described, sublime and magnificent. George Sale, British Orientalist, and the first translator of the Quran into English from the original Arabic.
The truth is, I do not find any understanding author who controverts the elegancy of the Al-Quran, it being generally esteemed as the standard of the Arabic language and eloquence. Henry Stubber, English physician and historian. Note: controverts in Old English means disputes in modern English.
In a literary point of view, the Quran is the most poetical work of the East, and abounds with splendid imagery and the boldest metaphors. John Davenport, British Orientalist.
It must be allowed that the Al-Quran is, as to the style and language, the standard of elegancy in the Arab tongue. Humphrey Prideaux, English theologian and Orientalist. Note: style, S-T-I-L-E, is Old English spelling for style, S-T-Y-L-E.
The language of the Quran is universally acknowledged to be the most perfect form of Arab speech. Edward H. Palmer, English Orientalist, explorer and translator of the Quran.
The Quran is universally allowed to be written with the utmost elegance and purity of language. It is confessedly the standard of the Arabic tongue. George Sale. Note: the 18th century phrase universally allowed means generally acknowledged or admitted.
The admiration with which the reading of the Quran inspires the Arabs is due to the magic of its style. John Davenport.
Notwithstanding the literary excellence of some of the long pre-Islamic poems, the Quran is definitely on a level of its own as the most eminent written manifestation of the Arabic language. Martin Zammit, Professor of Arabic and Semitic Studies at the University of Malta.
The grandeur of the Quran consists, its contents apart, in its diction. We cannot explain the peculiarly dignified, impressive, sonorous nature of Semitic sound and parlance. Its sesquipedalia verba, with their crowd of prefixes and affixes, each of them affirming its own position, while consciously bearing upon and influencing the central root, which they envelop like a garment of many folds, or as chosen courtiers move round the anointed person of the king. Immanuel Deutsch, German Jewish scholar of Semitic and Middle Eastern studies.
The fact that the Quran is a literary masterpiece is beyond debate. The fact that it is a unique and matchless perfection of language, style, eloquence and power, which the 7th century peoples of the Arabian Peninsula had never encountered before, and have not encountered since, is also a matter beyond dispute. Bassem Saer, former head of the Department of Arabic at Tishreen University, and professor at several European universities, including the University of Oxford.
There can be no better introduction to this noble tongue than the eloquent lessons of the Prophet himself, couched as they are in language of singular force and beauty, held by Muslims of every age, a model unrivaled in its elegance, purity and power. William Muir, Scottish Orientalist, Christian missionary, and principal of the University of Edinburgh.
The rhetoric and rhythm of the Arabic of the Quran are so characteristic, so powerful, so highly emotive, that any version whatsoever is bound in the nature of things to be but a poor copy of the glittering splendor of the original. Never was it more true than in this instance, that traditore. Arthur J. Arbery, eminent English scholar of Arabic and Persian literature, and professor at the University of Cambridge. Note: in using the Italian phrase traditore, translator, traitor, Arbery was acknowledging that the Quran's linguistic beauty cannot be fully conveyed in any translation.
In this episode, we have seen how Western scholars, even those outside the faith, have acknowledged the unmatched beauty and eloquence of the Quran. But the recognition does not end here. Many of these same voices go further still, admitting that the Quran style is not only beautiful, but impossible to imitate. That will be the subject of our next episode. Thank you for watching.